Good morning, Dilhan, and good morning, Anil.
Morning, Ganesh.
Morning, Ganesh.
Thank you for getting together this morning to talk about the Colombo International Tea Convention due to be held in July this year. Dilhan, especially, we would like to get your views on the Ceylon tea and the global tea situation in general. What are the challenges that you think we are facing, and what we need to do, and how this will be discussed at the convention?
I think the greatest challenge is about relevance, and where relevance is concerned, we have a herb that has heritage, that has wellness, that has incredible taste diversity, and yet we need to communicate better because it engages better than any other herb or beverage with this new Gen Z consumer. Whether you look at Generation Z or Generation Alpha, the relevance of what tea has to offer is phenomenal. We just need to understand it as we propose to do, to have the science behind it, understand the markets and how the markets are so fluid, changing in ways that we never expected, and then we need to strengthen the hand of tea growers, tea brands in addressing that opportunity.
Absolutely. So the convention theme this year is tea, a lifestyle and a livelihood. And it resonates well with what you just said, the alignment of how the lifestyle impacts the every cup of tea that is consumed around the world. So I would like to also understand what inspirations that we can draw from your experience in working with the tea community in general. You've done such great work, and how we can use that to leverage Ceylon tea as well as the global tea community's communication to the consumers.
Well, I think it's quite simple because where tea is concerned, Sri Lanka has a unique heritage, a heritage of conservative agricultural practices, the integration. And you know, the thing is about history and colonialism, it is what it is. You can't change history. But taking it as what it is, quality in your cup that connects to your wellness, your taste diversity, your experience, actually intertwines beautifully with the livelihoods of the workers, the community, the future of the industry. And in that sense, being able to connect the livelihoods and align that with lifestyle is something that is so relevant and enhances the relevance that we talked about, because today the conscious consumer is more vociferous than ever before.
Anil, you are one of the co-hosts of the event. So the Colombo International Tea Convention, as you always say, is going to be the Davos of tea, so to speak. How do you think that people around the world will benefit from coming to Colombo in July to talk about tea?
As far as we are concerned, really, we are very keen to attract the leaders of the world of tea, Dilhan and Ganesh, because and they have always come to Colombo, and this is the event that you should attend, simply because we have got together a wide spectrum of speakers of varying areas of specialization and industry expertise. So a lot of the issues that are faced by the value chain of the industry are common across the world, and this is the time, and it's critical time at that, I must say, taking a cue from what Dilhan said, that we really need to focus and chart a path for the industry globally for the next few years.
Thank you, Anil. So the authenticity that Ceylon tea brings to the table will also be transpired into this convention. The sincerity and the authenticity of the great work that people like Dilhan, yourselves, and the numerous industry stakeholders put in Sri Lanka and of course globally will have to be brought out and action taken for the future of tea. So Dilhan, what do you think is the future you see for tea internationally, globally?
I think there was a song, "The future's so bright, I've got to wear shades." I think that is absolutely it. Because like I said, you have Gen Z, Gen Alpha coming, really storming into, they're now almost 50% of total grocery buying power. And if you look at that and understand the fact that they are conscious consumers, they care about workers, they are environmentally conscious, they care about quality, they care about diversity, they care about story. We have an incredible opportunity in tea. But the key on what Anil said is to understand, to understand the science, to understand the environmental context, to understand how we can navigate this opportunity. And the point is, from our point as Dilmah, the more robust and quality driven the global tea category, the better it is for all of us. We can never consider a future where one or two brands succeed at the expense of others. No, this is an industry that has a very strong foundation in the welfare of people and the sustainability of its environment. And so we need to grow collectively and together. So we will certainly be sharing our best practice, our thoughts, and I'm sure that with looking at the lineup of speakers that you have, we will have all of that to make this truly the Davos of the tea industry.
Absolutely. So Anil.
If I might chip in, Ganesh.
Yes.
You've spent a lot of time as co-chairman of the Colombo Tea Convention, that is in July this year, 24, 25, 26 to be precise. You've taken a lot of trouble to attract speakers and content that is relevant, Dilhan. I think we are kind of picking up cues from each other's comments. Would you like to share some of your insights really on what we are trying to achieve here?
So the conversations is all about being genuine, being truthful to what's really happening. Tea industry is now 200 years old or 150 years old in Sri Lanka specifically. And it has gone through a heritage and a legacy strewn with ups and downs, as in many other industries. So are we in a perfect place at this moment in time? No. But are we doing all what we can towards improving everything that's happening on the ground for the tea communities, especially in Sri Lanka, is what we can talk about? Definitely yes. The industry is coming together as much as possible to do what can be done. The government is coming together. The governments around the world are working together. What is important is to sit together and address every question with the sincerity and honesty and take some action points out of this gathering. This global gathering of all the people who matter in tea are expected to be here. And when you gather together with that sincerity and hope that the future of tea holds something so bright, let us find action points that we will go back home and make a difference to this fantastic beverage that we all enjoy and live by. This is a livelihood for all of us across all walks of life. So the topics chosen are very, very relevant and very sincere. It's all about what's happening in the world around tea. How do you get the right price for the right quality, which Dilhan will be leading as a session. We're talking about how do you get this right price across to the people who matter, the people who are actually on the ground plucking tea, on the ground making this great drink. How is that price that is paid by the consumer based on their lifestyle gets to the livelihood? The ultimate point is, every time you sip a cup of tea, you think about the livelihoods that you're making better every time you enjoy this beverage. So and also we're going to be talking especially about the innovations that are taking place to take this industry to the next century, Gen Alpha, Beta, Theta, whatever you call it. They will all be looking for this beverage to be coming across. So that's how I think together we've spent quite a lot of hours. When I met you the first time, you had more hair when we started this conversation. But I'm sure it's all shared for good purpose of tea.
Absolutely. On the subject of tea, I'm going to bowl a googly at you, as we say in cricket. As a mother being asked to choose between her children, I just tasted this cup of Ceylon tea. I mean, it's excellent, really. Tastes a lot like a bright Norelia, probably that came out during the season. If you had to choose, what Ceylon tea would you go for?
Well, at this time of morning, I don't have a favorite, but at this time of morning, it's always a Norelia Pecco. So I don't need to tell the staff downstairs, they pretty much know it, because unfortunately I'm very predictable in that sense. Morning it's Norelia, afternoon we call a brilliant breakfast, it's from Taluakale from the Dimbula Valley, and evening something a little bit more robust, usually with a bit of spice from Nawalapitiya or maybe Ratnapura region. So that's it, and that's the beauty about Ceylon tea, right? You have a tea for every moment, every occasion.
Just to throw in the global aspect of it, my morning cup of tea is a mix of Kenyan, Assam and Ceylon, which I mix myself, making that cup, because that goes well with milk. So the whole point about the Colombo International Tea Convention happening in July is that this is a global event where the global minds around the world in tea will be here and talking about how we can take this beverage to the next level to make it even more popular. We have other beverages which are supposed to be bigger, better, but this is the one, as you said in the beginning, is for health, wellness, and the feeling of goodness that you will get every time you sip it.
But I must say, you're going to discover some hidden secrets about Ceylon tea that will be revealed to the world and the leaders of the tea industry around the world. There's a lot that people are yet to discover. This is an industry secret, but it's about time that the tea lovers of the world really discovered what is special about Ceylon tea. And to that, I would drink. Yes, cheers.
Anil, it'll be good if you can share how this particular aspect of the secret that you're saying will be shared with these delegates, the attendees who are coming from around the world. What will they be able to experience with regard to the genuineness and the authenticity of Ceylon tea?
Aha, you have to attend the convention to do that.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to give it away in the trailer, guys, but the thing is that we've got this cross-section of speakers, and we are talking about everyone in the value chain. People whose blood, sweat and tears contribute to this great cup that we enjoy, all of us around the world.
And what are the experiences?
Yeah.
You've been painstakingly choreographing and curating a lot of experiences in terms of enjoying a wide variety of the 7 regions of teas in Sri Lanka, plus the great parties that you're planning to throw, which will make the whole event memorable and interesting, and also the tours that are being planned.
That's true.
Would you like to share some of that?
Absolutely. I'd like to start with the tours because we believe that once you've learned more about Ceylon tea, that those of you who are visiting this great country will like to take the opportunity to experience the tea industry firsthand. And we're not saying that, okay, you're industry professionals, but you'll be taken on tours that are not just commercial and superficial. You get to experience all of it. So we are giving you, the delegate, a free one-day tour of the tea. I mean, you can pick your tea growing region, and thereafter you have the opportunity to explore tea around the country. But throughout the event, we will look to pair tea and food as part of the total experience. Dilhan, and we're counting on your team's experience to chip in there. I know you've been doing a lot with the Chefs Guild in Sri Lanka, but this aspect of pairing tea and food and enhancing your experience or broadening your tea experience, we'll be using Ceylon tea, of course, and it's a wide choice that is available for you to discover more about Ceylon tea. Indeed.
Dilhan, what are you planning to take out of the convention personally and as well as for the industry?
I think the simple philosophy that we work on is that together we are stronger, and the more we align across the industry to align with the consumer, to align with quality, align with environmental priorities. Today the scale of the crises that we face, you've got multiple crises, whether it's health or humanitarian inequality, whatever. As long as we understand, we embrace the reality, the solutions are there. And the question is here, and the value of the convention is that we will have the subject experts who will actually help us to come to those solutions. And every problem has a solution, undoubtedly, including climate change. And that's what I'm hoping we'll see.
Fantastic.